We're going to take an offering tonight. I was reading about money, and I found this guy. His name is Robert Breedlove. Not going to go into all of his history, but obviously he's somebody because he has a YouTube channel and a podcast. I mean, you got to be somebody if you had that nowadays. No, anybody with an internet connection can do it, and a phone. But this man, apparently he's successful because a lot of CEOs and Congress people will go onto his show and they'll talk. So obviously he's somebody. But interestingly enough, this man, he says his mission is to restore freedom, truth, and virtue in our world by tenaciously asking the question, what is money? And this man particularly, he believes that Bitcoin is the battleground for restoring truth, freedom, and virtue. He says, unless you've been living under a rock the past couple of years, you can probably sense that something is seriously wrong in the world today. People are increasingly desperate to make ends meet. Cultural sickness has gripped our world. Trust in social institutions worldwide is collapsing. What if I told you that the source of all the socioeconomic sickness was something hidden in plain sight? Something essential to human cooperation. Something as old as civilization itself. Money is humanity's most important technology, but it has been corrupted. Money is a prism through which we perceive the world and its corruption. It affects how we think, how we act, how we treat one another. In the game of money, if you're unaware of how that game is being played, then in all likelihood, you are the game being played. Although we think through money almost every single day when we're buying and selling, rarely do we stop and think about the nature of money. Rarely, if ever, do we stop to ask ourselves, his punchline, what is money? He says, by having these conversations with the world's most prolific thinkers, we will throw light on the corruption of money and its many cultural, psychological, and economic consequences. Money. He has all these conversations with the world's most prolific thinkers, but I didn't see in the list that he had a conversation with Jesus about money. How would he have that? Open up the Bible. Find out what Jesus had to say about it. So we're going to do that tonight real quick. There was a man in the Bible who did that. This man's name was Zacchaeus. And Zacchaeus, wee little man was he, and climbed up one day in the sycamore tree, right? We're not going to sing the song, but this is Jesus. And he said, this man, he was a chief tax collector. Corrupt money, that was this man's name. Chief tax collector. The epitome of corruption in that time. Jesus said, come down from that tree. I must stay at your house today. So he hurried and came down and received him joyfully. When they saw it, they all grumbled. He has gone in to be the guest of a man who was a sinner. Zacchaeus stood up and said, Lord, behold, the half of my goods I give to the poor. And if I have defrauded anyone of anything, I will restore it fourfold. Jesus said to him, salvation has come today to this house. This man had a conversation with Jesus. Maybe it was about money, maybe not. But what we know is that when your heart changes, your money changes. Go ahead and have the ushers come, please. When what's broken inside of you changes, what's broken in the world changes. We need Jesus more than we need some new money system because Jesus fixes the corruption that's in you. And another good thing that we can take from this, we can take our corrupt money and we can fix it through an act of faith. When you give, God is redeeming. So if you want to fix your money, want to fix your heart, give to God in faith, by faith, through faith. So Brother Martin, please pray over this offering.